Hello everybody, I am Jmulls of Jmulls Gaming, and look, I understand that video game companies making stupid decisions is nothing particularly new, but I am still kind of shocked by just how insane some of the decision making actually ends up being. Up on the chopping block with this installment of Video Game Companies Do Stupid Crap, we have Sony/PlayStation with Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered, the thing no one asked for. It is coming to PC. However, you may be going, Jmulls, wasn't Horizon Zero Dawn already on PC? Like, it was on Steam? And yeah, the complete edition was on Steam. Emphasis on was, though, because, yeah, that's just no longer the case. If you go to Steam right now, as I am, you cannot get the Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition that has been available. It's been taken down, and in its place, you can either get a copy of Horizon Forbidden West, the sequel, Complete Edition, or you can pre-order the remastered version Horizon Zero Dawn. Look, ethics of doing this aside, that's not what I want to focus on. I want to focus on just the underlying idea behind this when it comes to Sony, because Sony is a business. They are trying to make money. Understandable. Yeah, I can get that. But to me as a PC gamer, this just shows me that Sony is so woefully out of touch with the PC market. Horizon Zero Dawn has been available for a while now on PC. It's been discounted quite steeply up to now. I have to imagine that most people that want to play this game on PC would have already gotten it. And I didn't play it because I played a little bit of it originally back on the PlayStation, but from what I've seen of the PC version, you don't really need a remaster version for that. When it comes to console, I would still argue no one needs this, but because of the limitation of consoles, you can maybe make a better defense for that than on PC, whereas you already had a lot of customization. The game was already very pretty. It's a good looking game. But what's the argument here? Do you think there's just this well of players who have not played Horizon Zero Dawn yet, especially on PC, that you think didn't want to play it before, but now because you're changing the mocap for certain cutscenes to be more in line with Forbidden West, oh, now it's a must buy, I must fork over $50 to pre-order this expeditiously, like I have to do this, it's a primal urge welling up from within me. Where's the logic? How do we go from point A to the garbage bin here? And you can maybe make the argument that they delisted the original version because chances are it would be cheaper and very comparable in almost all certainty to the remastered version, so why would anyone spring for the remastered version? Yeah, I would agree, but I would also say that stems from the fact that no one needs a Horizon Zero Dawn remaster. It's just not a thing I ever heard anyone say. And it's a symptom of modern Sony honing in on a few IP and trying to milk them for all they're worth. Horizon Zero Dawn is a fine game. I've played a bit of it, and yeah, it plays very well. It's an interesting setting, and for a buddy of mine, it's one of their favorite games. That's the thing with Sony, they normally make really good games. It's just, they don't make too many games overall. And when it comes to Horizon Zero Dawn, I think, at least in my circles, I'm seeing way more resentment and vitriol towards this game, and I believe it's a side effect or just a direct consequence of Sony really forcing this game down people's throats. If this game existed by itself and you kept making sequels to it, that'd be one thing. But like this, Last of Us, and God of War, for the longest time, especially in this generation, was all they talked about. At least, thank God, now they have Astro Bot, and that game is incredible, right? It's the old mantra, PlayStation makes good games. The problem for the longest time has been variety, where they focused a lot on this third-person cinematic spectacle. And I've had a theory that for the longest time in recent years, that Sony has been trying to enter the PC market more and more. And it's no longer really a theory because they just keep doing it, but I think this is all building up to eventually a launcher from Sony. That or their own storefront on PC. I think they're working their way up to that. They've introduced an overlay to certain games. PlayStation even now has an accessories app to customize the DualSense controller for PC. You combine that with the success of games that we've seen like Helldivers and Sony continually putting up games on PC. And to me, it just seems like the natural trajectory. Like, they're trying to set things up so when they go into the time where they're announcing and hyping up the PC launcher, they already have the infrastructure or the backend stuff already set in place to seamlessly transition stuff to that. Another thing that's been controversial by Sony that has many people scratching their heads as to why they're doing this is the fact they've been really doubling down on people connecting their PlayStation account to play PlayStation games on Steam, to the dismay of quite a few people. This was a massive controversy when they talked about this for Helldivers 2, and was a massive point for a lot of people that turned a lot of people off from that game. I believe they also did that when it came to God of War Ragnarok being ported to PC, which happened not too long ago. The Horizon Zero Dawn remaster, yeah, you're going to need to connect your PlayStation Network account to play it, which you didn't need that originally for the original version of Horizon Zero Dawn that was on Steam that was taken down. It's not like it's a multiplayer game or anything. This is a single player game. Same with God of War. And it goes to show me a couple of things. One, I do think Sony is trying to set up things in a way to make transitioning over to an eventual launcher in the future seamless and easier. So get more people to link their PlayStation accounts already. That way they have it good to go. So when they launch the app, it's just a matter of logging into it. Maybe saves and stuff can like transfer over. They already have the overlay that was hyped up for the launch of Ghost of Tsushima on PC. So to me, it's them trying to seamlessly transition people from playing their games on Steam to eventually playing it on their launcher, kind of like how Microsoft has their games also on Steam, but they have their own launcher with Game Pass. But I told you, this told me a couple of things for Sony. It also tells me they're woefully out of touch with the PC market, because it's not like the console market. We are locked into that ecosystem. You're locked into that environment. When it comes to PC, things are more freeform. People don't like being told exactly what to do. They want it to be easy. They want it to be seamless. It's why a lot of people use Steam. It's just the easiest way. All your games in one place. Steam is reliable. People like Steam. People like Valve. It's very easy to play and have access to your games on Steam. It's annoying that when I get a game on Steam, I have to use or sign up for another account for the privilege of playing the game on Steam. It's stupid. I don't like it when Sony does it. I don't like it when Microsoft does it. I don't like it when anyone does it. It's stupid. If I'm playing your game on Steam, that should be all I need, because I already have my Steam account. It's an annoyance. And people don't like annoying things. However, they will overcome annoyances so long as the game has a market and is good enough. So the more annoyances you put in the experience of just simply playing the game, the better the game will have to be to overcome that. And if there's one saving grace for a lot of PlayStation things, at least they make good games. It's why Helldivers 2 never fully died, because people really love Helldivers 2. It's why we see moderate success for a lot of these games that get ported from PlayStation to PC, and especially Steam, because these games are good. Final Fantasy 16 is a good game. God of War and God of War Ragnarok, good games. Horizon Zero Dawn, good game. But Sony doesn't understand. Don't annoy people. There's not going to be an ounce of good PR generated by them taking down the original version of Horizon Zero Dawn to replace it with the remastered version. What target audience are you trying to target here? 12 people? What's the goal? What's the vision? How many copies of this do you actually expect to sell? This game's been on Steam. It's been discounted quite steeply. It has a very positive review ranking on Steam. People like the game. A lot of people have played the game, but that's past tense. It's just every time that Steam tries to cuddle up to PC and dip their toe further into that water, they just show either how out of touch they are in general, or that they just don't understand anything. And like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is a lot of people, or enough people out there, that are more than willing to drop $50 for the remastered version of a game that already ran beautifully on PC. At least from what I hear. Like, maybe that's the case. I doubt it, but maybe. As a PC gamer, I would be way more hyped for a port of Astrobot than a remaster to a game that didn't need it, let alone anything to do with Bloodborne. There's a lot of easy layups that Sony could capitalize on, they just never do. Like, sometimes they are able to sneak a win in with games like Astrobot, sure, but then they pull things like this, and I'm just scratching my head going, what was the thought process here? What was the goal? What was the vision? How long until this game goes on discount, and goes back to the prices we saw that Horizon Zero Dawn was going for periodically on sale. Why do you think it's a good idea to try and force people to use PlayStation Network accounts on Steam? I mean, I agree. I think if the game's good enough people will just bite the bullet and do it, right? It's the same thing with like de novo or DRM that's introduced and implemented into a lot of games on PC. There's a lot of people that kick up a stink about it, and yeah, I don't like it either, but if the game's good enough, the game will sell enough. That's like the golden rule of gaming. Whatever controversy or trouble you find yourself in, if the game is good enough, people won't care. I mean, I like Sony's new direction with putting their games on PC. As a PC gamer, I like that. That's cool. I'm all for games getting multi-platform ports, but they like gift wrap it in layer upon layer of baffling decisions that make Sony and PlayStation feel out of touch, especially with the PC market. Like, these are single-player games. Why are you requiring PlayStation Network to begin with? If it's for the earlier reason I theorized, that you're trying to get more people on PC to have PlayStation accounts so that eventually when you transition over to my theorized PC launcher for Sony and PlayStation, that'll be more seamless for a lot of people. Like, maybe that's the play, because otherwise I don't get it. It's needless controversy where you're snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. It doesn't make sense to me. The dots aren't connecting otherwise. But yeah, with that, I'll call the video there for the day. Thank you all for tuning in. My pleasure for making the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out and helps support future content, and I greatly appreciate it. Leave a comment down below with your thoughts on Sony's direction when it comes to PC. Do you take issue with the idea of having to connect a PlayStation Network account on your Steam account to play these games? Are you excited for the remastered version of Horizon Zero Dawn? For whatever reason, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Or do you think it's stupid like I kind of do? Again, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Stay safe, have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye, everybody. Until we meet again.